Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, January 12th, 2016. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk, and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that. So normally we start our videos off with a 2-year weekly chart of the Russell Index, but because of the severe price action, I think it's worth stepping back and taking a look at things in a monthly time frame. So we're looking at the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell Index, on a 5-year monthly time frame. Here's the blue channel line that we always talk about. We talk about that blue channel line because price on the Russell, for the most part, stayed within it through much of 2014 and then had a push up and out and a slight rise in 2015 before the sell-off that brought us right back where we are here this morning. So note that price has violated the bottom of the blue channel, but it did so here as well. Futures are up in a very healthy way. I'm filming this at about 8:45 on Tuesday morning. So the futures look to be bouncing, but I think you ought to be super cautious here. What concerns me still is that oil still looks to be finding some sort of a floor, and China is still a concern. They're still looking for some stability in their markets. So with that, you want to be super careful. So that's the look of the Russell on the monthly time frame. Let's quickly step back and take a look at the Dow. We had that big bullish candle that defended price when we had the last big sell-off here. Price on the Dow is still above the floor of that candle, so perhaps we will get some strength here and we'll start to get some lift. Maybe, who knows? But that's the look of the Dow. The other is the S&P. Same thing as the Dow. It still hasn't quite violated the bottom of the last bullish candle that corrected the price action, the negative price action, I should say, in August and September. So there we are here. Also think it's worth taking a look at the Qs and consumer discretionary, because those are the two sectors that seem to be showing a little bit of strength. So I say that because it made a high. This is technology, QQQ, and then it made a higher high. So technology showing a little bit of strength. And again, price so far for the month is above the floor of the bullish candle that corrected the negative price action last time. XLY is consumer discretionary, high, ever so slightly higher high, and I would say we're probably about even with the bottom of that candle. So those are two interesting sectors. Also worth taking a look at China. We've been keeping an eye on that because it really seems to be affecting the global markets overall. Still selling off. The Shanghai index was relatively flat in its trading overnight, although Europe is reversing pretty strongly, and perhaps the US will here too. So just think it's important to get a point of reference. Again, monthly candles on FXI. So with that, some individual names that might be worth a look. And you know, at Chart of the Day Cafe, not making any recommendations whatsoever. But Boeing had a hammer yesterday. It's all about trading up and over the blue line for us. So it's a long way from the blue line, but perhaps it'll get a bit of a reversal here. Worth looking at Boeing on a 5-year weekly chart. You can see that it found support in this area last time. Reiterating, not making any recommendations whatsoever, but if we start to get a reversal here and price moves up and over that blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, it could be interesting. The other one is Gilead. We recommended it here, or put it forward to our viewers here. It had that nice run up, and it's in that overall area of support. So that's Gilead. This is the 5-year weekly chart. Let's pull it into the 9-month daily. You can see the hammer from yesterday. So if price gets up and over that blue 8-day EMA, it could be interesting to look at that one too. Gilead still has a very strong value score, 1.61. So time to be super cautious and careful. We'll see what happens in the next few days. I would be keeping an eye on the US dollar. I think that's going to have a big effect on things overall. If it starts to move up with any strength, it could have some bearing on the markets overseas. So with that, I will leave you. We'll put out a video on Thursday, and hope you have a great rest of the week. Thanks.